Hello, my name is Mackenzie Wilson, and today I will be presenting Edwards syndrome. In the picture on this slide is a baby that has Edwards syndrome. Okay, about Edwards syndrome. In 1960, a geneticist by the name of John Edwards discovered Edwards syndrome. Edwards syndrome is a genetic condition that will be harmful to infants in which it affects fetal cellular functions and tissue development. This syndrome is normally caused when the cell division is incomplete during the production of sperm or eggs. Edwards syndrome is caused when there is an extra chromosome on the 18th pair. Another name is trisomy 18. It is also mainly affects females of any race. Many infants that are born with this have a lot of life-threatening abnormalities. Doctors have also studied two other syndromes that are related to Edwards syndrome, which are trisomy 13 and trisomy 21. And then the pictures on this slide is a picture of John Edwards, and then this picture over here is of the chromosomes, and then you can see that there is an extra chromosome on the 18th pair. Edwards syndrome in infants' features. Infants with Edwards syndrome have many distinctive features to them. This can include a small head, prominent occiput, low set ears that can be malformed, abnormalities of the face and bronchial cavity, a cleft lip, and unusual small jaw, and they can be cognitively impaired due to their eyes. Another feature of Edwards syndrome is how their body functions. For example, their joints can contract at birth, which is known as a structural abnormalities. And they will have gastrointestinal problems in which it will make them have smaller kidneys than normal. If any of these problems are really severe, then the infant will survive only a few hours or days after birth. And then my picture, there's a picture of a baby with diagram of a baby with Edwards syndrome, and then down here is the baby with the X-ray of Edwards syndrome. How to test for Edwards syndrome during pregnancy. Pregnant women can get a test done in the first trimester to see if the baby has Edwards syndrome. There is a program in which the testing is said to be non-invasive and is done with a combination of two biochemical markers. Another is a different type of non-invasive testing that uses prenatal testing of fetal inequalities. This test was to study the methylated landscape and placenta DNA from a trisomy 18 in the 13 and 21. And then my picture is of when the infant is during pregnancy with the infant in the belly of the mom, and then the mainstream blood. Okay, one case study of Edwards syndrome. A baby named Mustafa was small and weak. While his mom was pregnant with him, they got tested and it came back with a possibility that he could have Edwards syndrome. When Mustafa was born, he had all the features of an infant with Edwards syndrome. He had a cleft lip and his kidneys were small. He had to have a small feeding tube. Mustafa was put in children's hospice and he became very weak and sadly passed only a week later. And then my pictures of his foot and then his hand when he was born. And that is the end of my presentation for today. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you.